Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Tuesday, and it is No News Tuesday. I'm just going to check. I'm just going to check one more time and make sure that indeed there is no news today. In case they decided to add something to the calendar. It's an Italian bank holiday. It's German CPI month over month today, and French. And President Trump is speaking at 2 p.m. So we can anticipate some market potential volatility at 2 p.m. I'm Hey, good morning. 1951, South Africa. How are you today? I'm just noticing we're really ranging, between this key level here, this blue key level here that we've had on the chart for about 6 weeks now. Like price came up last night, immediately rejected. Price came back up, immediately rejected. We just seem to really be working this area here. I still have my first fair value gap from yesterday on my chart. Yeah, I'm good. There was a great entry last night. I don't know if you noticed it. It was on the 5 minutes at 1940. I was not on the charts, but if I had been, I would have taken that. I would have taken that entry. Here it is, right here. It was beautiful. So this is on the 5 minute chart. Here's the 1940 on NQ. So it's in the right time. We have a displacement up. We have a change in the state of delivery. We have an SMT. We have a fair value gap. And we have an inverted fair value gap. And then price moved. If I just take my change in the state of delivery and I put my change in the state of delivery right here. Here's a fair value gap above it. The fair value gap is if you go down to the 2-minute, but I just want to show you in the 5-minute. It was just a perfect setup. So if we look at ES at that time, here's the SMT coming down, and here's the SMT on the NQ going up, and we had reached into a key level, which is no longer on my chart, but it was, I can't remember what the key level was, but NQ broke through it and ES did not. So anyway, it was a perfect, it was an A++ setup, and then this thing ran. So if we had entered at 570, let's say take profit at this level here, 632. So that would have run for 60 points, and then it continued to run into uh, the higher time frame PD array up here, which is where price seems to be ping-ponging in and out of. Hey, good morning, T. C. Kian. Greetings, T. Shep. I was just chatting about this setup last night at, if you go into your 5-minute time frame, look at the 1940 candle right here. So it was inside a macro. We had a change in the state of delivery with displacement out, key level, SMT between ES and NQ, change in the state of delivery. Here's our fair value gap and our inverted fair value gap, and you can see it even better on the 2-minute. And then price moved. Well, if we had entered here at 570, I mean, price went to 674. It's 100 points. I mean, you're never going to get 100 points. You know, you'll get in somewhere up here. But first take profit would have been probably this high here, 632. So that would have run us 60 points. Anyway, it was nice. It was really, really nice. And then sadly, I missed this dump. I woke up 15 minutes too late. Hey, BMAX 97, we were just reviewing last night's price movement. So this was very nice. Again, here's our setup. Now, the only thing is last night, there was no SMT that I could see. If I'm wrong, please let me know. But price came up. We had displacement down. And here is our inverted fair value gap, breaker, low, high, low. Price tapped into these fair value gaps and then absolutely dumped from the time this run started, which was 2:30, and finished at 3:30. I mean, it was beautiful, and that was 665 down to 526, like 130 points. Yeah, they were so two good moves last night, and this one here, I woke up when price was about here, maybe a little lower. So let's just see when this was. So this was at 1:35, so just before the macro. Normally for London, I like to wait for after 2:30 for um, the real move. The real move usually for London is after 2:30. But anyway, it was setting up nicely around 1:30, so that would have been a nice anticipation. And I think I woke up at closer to 3 o'clock. Yeah, I woke up somewhere around here. Anyway, I didn't want to chase it, but so, and then interestingly, so we took out Asia low, and then price has been working its way back up again, back into this 4-hour area, and then immediate rejection from here. Good morning, 8146. So we've got Trump talking at 2 p.m. today, so I definitely will not be on the charts for that. You can anticipate some price distortion while Trump is talking. So I'm on the 5-minute here. I'm just kind of reviewing where we are. So Asia low was taken. This is London low is still has not been taken, so that's available. These are just on the 5 minute here. I still have my first fair value gap from yesterday. ICT tells us to kind of keep that on the chart for the entire week, so I've just got it sitting back here. And then these are big SIBIs or fair value gaps coming down. So I have these on my chart just to see if IPJA or price wants to reprice into them today. We have redelivered price last night. It was a slow grind up. And that was starting at 3:30, slow grind up back into this 4 hour. So we are currently below midnight. So this was open here, midnight, and we are currently below midnight. Back on the 1 hour, let's just move to the 1 hour here. Kind of the bigger picture here. I still really like this area down here. You know, we still have this liquidity. These areas here have not been redelivered past this low from Friday at 1 o'clock, previous week low. So, you know, price is not getting above this blue level that we have here on the chart. So we just scratched above it here yesterday at 11 a.m. That formed the high of the morning. And then price has not moved above this area. SMTs on the daily and the weekly above, and then a weekly SMT below. So I still have my sell side down here. And I'm gonna put a sell side in down here. Anyway, that's kind of the bigger picture on the 1 hour. And then we do have this SIBI up here that is on the daily time frame. If we just look at the 4 hour candles from the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 4.5, almost 5 candles here. It's a really tight range. You know, you can see that the price is really tight, and it's just been ping-ponging between just above this blue level and then below it. Yeah, so yeah, it's been effective since I think look back to here, December the 2nd. This has just been, you know, an area that price has come into. So it was interesting yesterday that we did not get above it. We did not get above it in the over. Let's just see here. Yeah, Friday. We haven't taken Friday's high. This is yesterday's high. Anyway, so we'll see. Here's previous week high up here, but we've got to get above. Now it's a no news day with Trump speaking at 2. So, and it is, just as a reminder, let's just take a quick look here. Just as a reminder that it is non-farm payroll week. So after today, I don't like price action for Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. So we've got 2 p.m. President Trump speaking. Tomorrow we've got non-farm payroll, employment change, JOLTS job openings. Thursday, unemployment claims, and then Friday for me is just a no trade day. I'll probably be here maybe just to read the market Wednesday and Thursday, just to tape read it. But it is not a good week for trading for me. I prefer to wait for next week. Just it's 9:24 here, but let's just quickly take a look into next week. I think we have core CPI on Tuesday. So Monday is a no news day, so we'll be looking for 9:30 a.m. volatility. Tuesday we've got core CPI, so that'll be a good trade day. We have Wednesday core PPI retail sales, good trade day. Thursday we have unemployment claims, good trade day. And then Friday end of week. So next week will be a good week for trading. Okay, so I'm just going to drop down back into the 2 minute. I'm just kind of taking a look when the market opens. Hi, Tandy. Good morning. Hi, Lavier. I don't even know if I'm saying that correctly, so I apologize if I'm not, but Lavier 161. So I'm looking just for those of you that arrived later today, look at your charts and look at the 1940 candle from last night. It was an A plus setup, absolute A plus setup. That's what we're looking for, or that's what I'm looking for anyway. Doesn't matter to me what anyone trades, but that's my perfect setup. I did take that trade. I wasn't on the charts, but that candle, look on the 5-minute chart, 1940. It's got the SMT. It has all the characteristics of a smart money reversal, and then it ran around 100 points. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the 2-minute. I had this dump yesterday from London, which was a beautiful dump from 2:30 to 3:30. So initiated inside a macro, took out Asia low, and then has climbed back into this blue area this morning. So we've got London low that is potential for drawn liquidity. We have these large fair value gaps that move down produced. We have London high. We have Asia high. So we have London high and Asia high above us that have not yet been taken. And then previous day high above. It's 927. So again, I'll be looking for manipulation. We've really been trading in this range, like ping-ponging off of this blue area here. So let's see if we can get up to either Asia previous day high or somewhere down here today. I'm favoring down here since we haven't been down here. We've really been working this area up here. Anyway, it's just a thought. I look forward to your thoughts as well. When price came down, it entered this SIBI here and just colored outside the lines with wicks, but the body stayed right and respected right inside this SIBI, and then price moved higher again. Hey, Robert, how are you? Italy is in the house. It's a banking holiday for you guys today. Buongiorno. There we go. So NQ just took Asia high. Okay, XMT. So London high, Asia high, both have been taken. First formed fair value gap on ES, not on NQ yet. Hi, Steve. Yeah, I'll show you in a second. Let's just let me just get through like this morning and I'll show you how to put your two charts side by side. I think you have to have I think you can do it with whatever level trading view you have. You can see on the 4-hour candle from 6 a.m. that we've swept the highs from the last 8 hours, the whole last session. Steve, if you go up here on TradingView, see this little thing that looks like a book? If you click on that, these are all the different ways that you can arrange your charts. And depending what what level trading view you have. I think even on the basic, you can get two or three of these charts. And so just click on whatever one you want. And then when it pops up, you can add uh, whatever contract or indice or whatever it is you want. But that's where you grab it from there. So still no first fair value gap for NQ, although we have it on ES. So Steve, you see how this has defaulted to Dow Jones? This is, sometimes it does that, it defaults. So I'm just going to go back and put ES back on there. You just kind of have to keep an eye on that. Sometimes it defaults out to something else randomly. See, that's the thing with non-farm payroll week is that price can be, a little unpredictable. It doesn't run as nicely or as smoothly as the rest of the month. And that's why I'm very cautious about the first week of the month. Swept again up here. First presented fair value gap on NQ. By the way, this is I am not a professional trader. I don't give advice. This is not a signal service. This is for entertainment purposes only. I do not encourage anyone to trade because it's high risk. So I just want to be clear on that. This is very choppy, very wicky. So I'm going to be patient. There's an SMT, but it's going in the same direction here. So I don't really see that as indicative of anything. I'm happy to let price sort itself out. And I'm always happy to wait for that 10 o'clock, that 10 o'clock candle. Can you guys hear me okay? Am I speaking too softly? Let me know if I need to speak up. Thank you. Okay, thanks. So for those of us who just joined us, when you have a second, look on the 5-minute time frame at 1940 last night. It was an A plus setup. It was a smart money reversal, complete with everything that makes it A plus. Yes, tons and tons of wicks here, up and down, up and down, up and down. A messy breaker, high, low, higher high, lower low. Still, I'm just not interested yet. There's really, even on the 1 hour time frame, this would be the first inverted fair value gap here. Maybe one here. High, low, higher high, lower low. Change in the state of delivery would be here. We have SMT above and a 30-minute and a 1-minute SMT below. Might run for a previous day high. On the 1 minute, there's really no fair value gap um, other than this first presented fair value gap here. We might, if we had the 15-second or 30-second, we might be able to see that, but same thing as yesterday. I don't have it. So price came below first presented fair value gap. Now it's moving up. So this is the kind of price action that I'm patient. I'm a very patient woman. I think women in general are pretty patient. I'm happy to wait for that 10 a.m. There we go. We might push up. We might sweep one more time. We might go for previous day high. This type of price action, it's so synonymous with non-farm payroll week. That's why I don't like this week. Given a choice, I would vacation the first week of every month. That's on my goal. That's on my goal list, by the way. long before a Lamborghini. I'm going to vacation the first week of every month. So here we go. ES is reaching for London high, maybe Asia high. ES, or sorry, NQ has already taken London high and Asia high. There goes ES again. So above, let's just take a quick look where price might want to reach for on the hourly. We've got the daily SIBI up here that has not yet been mitigated. We have previous week high. Low high, lower low, higher high. Price moved into this 2-minute SIBI. That to me is not like a major level. NQ has taken previous day high. ES has not. So, think about what your higher time frame narrative is. My higher time frame narrative is short. I'm bearish. So, I'm just I have this narrative in my mind and where I think price will be, uh, I guess, attracted to or want to go. And you guys should have that narrative as well. So we've taken previous day high. We're going to read PD arrays to see what the institutional order flow wants to be. So if price comes back, will this BC support it? Will price come back through it? Because we've taken previous day high, but ES has not taken previous day high. Both ES and NQ have taken previous day high. If price is going to continue higher, I would want to see it come back and tap into this fair value gap or the bullish breaker. Okay, honey badger. Bit of consolidation. Let's see if it makes a final push for, this is the daily SIBI here. And then previous week above us. Well, same as yesterday, not much opportunity for a pullback to get into the push higher, so I'm just content to wait. So if we just move to the daily for a second. This is what we're looking at. This is what price is moving towards here. This SIBI. So this was the swing high, and then this is the SIBI form. So interested to see what the reaction will be from here. Above here, we have these weekly highs. And so I'm going to just turn this on so I can see it on my minute chart. And we have previous month high here. $9.41. Let's see. Yeah, from this, yeah, exactly. I mean, it was a continuation from this SIBI that was created overnight. Yeah. And even with that continuation SIBI, like there wasn't much on the left-hand side to be used in terms of like support. So other than this bullish breaker that formed and changed in the state of delivery, I mean, that was pretty much all we got. Hey, minimalist. So 10 o'clock candle printing. Opening price right here. That would have been an entry there for a continuation. Okay, Peter. Yeah, I hear you. It's a big run up. Yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, Peter. Thanks for checking in. Yeah, if you're bullish on the higher narrative or time frame, that would have been an entry there. Now we have price distortion. Here's another possible entry, but I wouldn't be entering at this point. Here's an entry. These are continuations. This is not what I want to trade, but I'm just tape reading here. Exactly, Peter. So what Peter is basically saying. So Peter and I have pretty much the identical model. I think we're pretty much identical, Peter, if I recall. And sometimes it feels like, oh my God, look at this run up. I'm missing it. There's FOMO. But the reality is that when you have a model, it's not going to work or be effective in every single environment. And this is non-farm payroll week. And so we get a little bit more of a jumpy week. I mean, we had two nice opportunities last night. 1940 candle on the 5 minute. You guys can take a look at that. That was a perfect entry model, and that's what I'm waiting for. And I am patient enough to wait for it. I'm not giving one dime back to this market from last week. So I'm a very patient woman waiting for my model because when it shows up, I won't even hesitate. I just want to see what price is going to do here. We're still in the macro, and I am going to wait and see if the 1045, 1040 macro has anything for us. So just looking at the 4 hour candle here, the 6 a.m. So that was the entry down here, and distribution is this candle. And now we have opening price of the 10 a.m. candle here. We've got a wick to the upside and a wick to the downside. So we've got ambiguity on that candle. Yeah, Levere, thank you. I saw that 1150. Yeah, I mean it was price action was ugly, but yeah, I saw that you saw that. So thanks for putting that comment in. Levere, look at the candle at 1940 last night. Beautiful SMT on ES and NQ, and it ran for 100 points. If you look on the 5 minute, it's pretty clear. Well, it looks like we're pushing towards this daily SIBI here. And guys, don't forget Trump is speaking at 2. Just waiting to see if there's going to be some structure built around here. This is the second AM cycle. This is the second AM cycle here. And so we've taken the high of the second AM cycle. It's 10:11. It's coming towards the end of the macro cycle. Inside this morning, Sibby, Peter? Here? That was created from the overnight drop. I feel like this is a deja vu from yesterday. I feel like this is exactly what happened yesterday. The veer, when you had your 1150 uh, kind of signal. I mean, it was slow. It was kind of tedious. 3 a.m. Sibby. Let's just take a look at that. 3 a.m. Oh, I see, right there. This 3M Sibby right here. Yeah, good point, Peter. Between this candle, and this candle, there's the 3 a.m. Price came back into it, and there was the continuation. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, Peter, for pointing that out. I was looking at it on the smaller time frame. Yeah, I think this is a push up for price. I think we're headed for here. ES is looking strong too. Could look at this as a mitigation block. Price tapped in, moved lower. Price has come back, tapped in. Let's see if it respects this Sibby here. We have a 10-minute and a 3-minute SMT. Yeah, the big 4 hour, we inverted that. Yeah. So that shows bullish order flow from here, right? Yeah, the devil is in the details. Yeah, it sure is. We have the 4 hour candle here is ambiguous at this point. Yeah, I think we're going to push higher. There we go. That's a nice SMT. For those interested in the 369, which I don't really buy into, to be honest with you, this high here is a 9 for those that follow it. I'm not saying I do, because I don't, but high, low, higher, high. This could be a mitigation block in here. ES has an SMT that is equal highs, and NQ has this SMT that it didn't take the high. That's a good point, Peter. I mean, this is no news Monday. Again, it's non-farm payroll week, and I always find that order flow is a little more difficult. A little bit of price distortion here. We'll see if we can get a nice push up. It's 1018, so that macro has closed, but I'll be looking at the 1040, 1045 macro next. You know what? I'm going to treat this as a mitigation block. Maybe down to this fair value gap. Doesn't want to come below this low here. technically my stop should be above here, so I'm just going to move it here. Normally I don't move my stop, but it should be above this high. I think we're going to, it's disrespecting this SIBI here, so it's weak. Yeah, that's a loss. Well, it was a long shot, but and it was outside the macro, so anyway, it is what it is. I'm still going to wait for the 1040 macro. Yeah, yeah, you could be right. Just USA. This is just consolidation for the next distribution. And our SMT has disappeared, so January 2nd high. Right here, just USA. Yeah, inside this daily SIBI here. This is the next key level and then previous week high. So let's see what happens in here. We have, so these are pretty much equal highs here. This is December 29th, December 30th, and January 2nd. 1, 2, 3. The second upper wick. Let's just go back. This one here on the candle from January 2nd. I'm on the 2-minute time frame. This one right here. And if we throw a fib on it, so we're just shy of the 50% of that wick. Yeah, 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 that makes sense. Just USA, thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, that does make sense. Well, price has just graced this daily SIBI 3 times in the past month. So yeah, there's the 50% right there. So it could be waiting for the 1040 for the next macro for that final push up. All three indices in sync. Consolidating here. I think price is waiting for that 1040 macro to push up, final push. Price has been working through this new day opening gap from December 29th. Price came down, made an equal low with this swing low here. Looks like it's getting ready to move up, to expand up. Attaboy. This is pie, everyone. Now price is moving up. I like to sit under my desk. There you go. Okay. There. Okay, watch. Watch your face. Okay. There it is. You missed it, honey badger. Yesterday I was wearing the Netherlands scarf. This is like the halftime. He only comes out for halftime. Okay. Okay. Ready? Okay, there you go. There you go. Am I open to getting another puppy? Oh my God. This guy keeps me busy, man. This is who I'm out with at 6 a.m. walking. We're on trails here, so literally as soon as we step out, we're in beautiful trails. As soon as I finish trading in the mornings, or as soon as I finish like a trade, I'm out with him. Like there's nothing nicer than being out on the trails and hiking with your dog. And he is super, super fun to hike with. $10.41, we have a high, low, higher, high, lower, low. Changing the state of delivery is here. it's still pretty messy here on the 1 minute. 10:43. Next macro is about to start. I wonder if it's gonna push up here. I don't think there's anything for me here at 10:40, but keep an open mind. I think it's pretty messy. If it pulls back some, I just don't like to be reversing after prices moved up all morning. Finding support. This might be just a pullback for a final push higher. See if this BISI holds. Yeah, this BISI looks like it's holding. Okay, well, this feels like a deja vu from yesterday morning. Yeah, looks like a push up. Found support here on this BISI. This area here, this change in the state of delivery right here. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times it's tested this area and moves up. So this is the change in the state of delivery is always a really key area for me, whether price holds or not. Here it's rejecting, but it's still inside this this BISI. We are still above previous day high. Okay, so rejecting from this inverted fair value gap now. So rejecting from here, we'll see what the reaction is here on this BISI. We've come below previous day high. And let's see if the candle closes below previous day high. Closed below previous day high. Let's see if it comes back and retest it. Here's the breaker block from this morning, from where price found support here on this SIBI and then moved up. This is the breaker block. So curious to see what the reaction will be and if it will respect or disrespect the change in the state of delivery from this morning. And we've got breaker blocks all the way down. So low, high, low, low, high, low, low, high, low. Again, we're back into this 4-hour blue, call it just the blue box or whatever, but this is the level that price keeps returning to. See if it holds or not. Looks like price might be finding support in the morning's bearish breaker, as well as this BISI from this morning. So it's disrespected this BISI from above. It's respecting this BISI below here. This is non-farm payroll price action. Let's see if it moves back up. I mean, we're still in the macro this morning. High of London. Let me just take some of this off here. London high is this blue line right here. High had been 477. Yeah, so this is Asia high. This is London high. We've got London low down here. We've got these SIBIs we still need to get through for price to come down here. It might. So this is almost identical price action to yesterday, right? We moved up and then we chopped around here for a little bit, and then we've got this kind of slow expansion down. Price, the only thing that price really purged was the previous cycle high, which is legitimate, but I would have preferred if it had come into the daily SIBI here and then showed us the desire to move down. You know, like this is it. It hasn't really purged a major level here. Here we are just tapping into the breaker block from this morning. Within the inverted fair value gap, a long wick down. Oh no, this is, sorry, that's not a wick. This is from the bullish breaker. Excuse me. So basically, price just disrespecting the BISIs that were created on the way up and just using them as resistance on the way down inside the macro time. Again, for those interested in the 369, this wick here is a 9. So 369, I guess the philosophy is that the 369 appears or shows itself at the swing high or swing lows. Now, I've never heard ICT talk about this, but this is something that Zusi and JME discuss. Anyway, I think there's a crowd that buys into this, or sees some merit in this, and then there's a crowd not so much. I'm on the not so much. I think it's interesting to look in hindsight, but am I taking a trade based on a 369? No, not anytime soon. And that 369 is part of the bundle with Kronos. If you look down here in the right-hand corner of my chart, that's his information down here. So here is the original change in the state of delivery from this morning. It'd be interesting to see if it respects the bullish breaker from this morning and the change in the state of delivery and moves back up, but I don't know. No, looks like it's disrespecting the change in the state of delivery from this morning. One last BISI. This was the original BISI that price made on the way up. So this is buy side of the curve. This is sell side of the curve. Price is fractal. So we can find these smaller time frame buy model, sell, market maker buy model, and sell model on every time frame. We just happen to be on the 2-minute today, but if we go back to the hourly, we'll see the larger market maker sell model on the higher time frame. And price might move right back into this sippy here. Anyway, kind of an anticlimactic morning. It's still choppy. It's still, price movement is still choppy, but it's fun to tape read because, we should be able to anticipate where price is going and kind of what makes sense here. And following the PD arrays, using the PD arrays as a means of either reinforcing or rejecting the idea of higher or lower institutional order flow. I mean, this is how you determine order flow. whether that be on the monthly, weekly, daily, the 1 hour, or the 15 minute, or the 2 minute, you know? If we go back up to the 1 hour for a second, actually, let's go to the 4 hour just to give us some perspective on where we are. So here's where we are right now. Here's price. Here is the sell side. Slowly, this was on the higher time frame, the sell side of the model. Price came up. We came just above this area here. Equal highs right here, equal highs, right? And we can see that price is pushing down a little. So, you know, the higher you move up on the time frame, the clearer you can kind of see where we are. We are still above this daily SIBI, you know, so this is until we break through here. I feel like we're bullish, although on the higher time frame, I'm bearish. But so long as we stay above this daily BISI here, you know, we might see price again uh, move into this daily SIBI and maybe reach for the previous week high. Again, being non-farm payroll, I don't know, it might not happen till next week when we have PPI and CPI. But that's, you know, that's where we are. This is just a small pullback from this range of candles here. And we have this large hourly SIBI that we worked our way through. And then back to the smaller time frame, it looks like that price is respecting change in the state of delivery from this morning and that bullish breaker. Price did come down, wick into this. I'm just going to move this 4 hour thing so we can see a little clearer here. So this was the original BISI that held or supported price moving up, right? Here was the entry for this morning. Here's the manipulation into this 2 minute SIBI here. Price moved up short of this daily SIBI. Price is showing some weakness in the second macro, moving down, but looking like this is a revisit to the original BISI and the original breaker block. On the price movement up this morning, if you were bullish, your entry was on the smaller time frame. This was the original, the best entry. This would have been an entry. This would have been an entry. But if you had entered here, really the RR would have been pretty low because price discontinued and moving up. You just have to watch TradingView because sometimes it'll bounce you out into a totally different indice or contract. So it's 11:12 now, but this is interesting. We came back into this original breaker block. So that's it for me, guys. It's 11:15. So there's nothing else here for me today. I'll be back tomorrow. I think I will tape read the rest of this week, although just know that Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are days that I typically, I mean, unless something like hits me in the face, I won't be I won't be looking for a trade on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And don't forget that Trump is going to speak at 2 o'clock today. So just be careful uh, in case you're engaging in the market at that time, because we know that Trump's, who knows what Trump is going to say. So anyway, guys, stay safe out there. I hope this tape reading was helpful in that we're just following the flow of the market and understanding how liquidity uh, drives the market and how price seeks out liquidity, then finds a manipulation, and then moves towards opposite liquidity. And this is the rhythm of the market. This is how the market moves. And it's pretty interesting to see it and see when it works and when the algorithm is working nicely. It's truly a beautiful thing. And so it's always nice to have your face buried in the charts, even if you're not taking a trade. And because the more time you spend, the more time you understand how price moves, the rhythm, what affects price, what doesn't affect price. And there's no doubt about it that the more time that you spend invested in just watching price, as ICT says, you have to submit to time. And I'm sure that most of you know that just coming to the market with some sort of pattern or entry model does not make a successful trader. You know, a successful trader really understands why price is moving, where it wants to move, and then to anticipate where it's going to move. So this is just time spent in the classroom, so to speak. So anyway, guys, have an awesome rest of the day. I'm taking my dog out for a good hike, and we had like a foot of snow yesterday, so it's pretty fun here. I am in Canada. I am Louisa, and please like, share, and subscribe if you find these mornings helpful in terms of tape reading. Okay, guys, we'll see you next time. Bye for now.